and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a very highly requested video, which is a Q&A with my twin sister Madison. A lot of you guys have asked to see this and we decided to sit down and film it today. We are obviously fraternal, but I feel like that's not that obvious to some people because I get the question all the time, are you fraternal or not? We don't look anything alike. Anyways, so today we are going to be doing a Q&A. You guys asked us a lot of questions over on my Instagram and I was kind of surprised by how many responses we got. We are going to be doing a separate video for college recruitment. A lot of you guys have asked us to share the differences in our sorority, Greek life, all of that kind of stuff. We're going to do a separate video because there were so many questions related to that and we kind of want to break it up a little bit. So bear with me, it is coming. We hear you guys, but first, Madison, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So obviously we're twins. I am 12 minutes older than McKenzie and I am a Delta Zeta at Marshall University and I'm studying civil engineering. And Marshall is in Huntington, West Virginia, if any of you guys don't know, because a lot of people are like, where's that? And I'm like, yeah, I don't expect you to know.
So I am an Alpha Phi at Kent State University. I'm studying fashion merchandising with a minor in fashion media, and that's in Kent, Ohio, for those of you guys who are wondering. And we are going to be sophomores. We just finished up our freshman year. So the number one question that we got is, did you guys always plan on going to separate colleges? The answer is yes. We have always intended on going to separate schools because we obviously have very different interests. We never really expected to go to the same school. And in fact, the only colleges that we didn't tour together were the colleges we ended up at. So like, I've never been to Marshall, Madison's never been to Kent, and we've always tried to find a time to visit each other. It's just hard because we don't have cars on campus. At least neither of us do. Nope. Getting to the airport, like
in the airport I have doesn't fly to Mackenzie's airport and vice versa.
Yeah,
so
we're about 3.5 to 4 hours away from each other when we're at school, so it's not awful. But I'm 4.5 hours from home. Madison's like what, 5.5, 6. So yeah, a bunch of people asked, how was the transition to going to school without one another?
Pretty easy, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that it was going to be very hard on us. They were like, what are you going to do without your twin sister? And honestly, I think that we adjusted really, really fast and well to it.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk a ton when we first got to school, and honestly, I kind of expected that, and it seemed to be kind of fine for us.
I never really felt like lost without Mackenzie here. Like,
and we don't really take offense to that either. Like, we were never the kind of sisters that were attached at the hip and couldn't do anything alone. So it wasn't really like a huge culture shock to be apart.
We're just not as close as people might think.
We're not close. It's just that most people think of twins and think of people that literally could not survive without one another.
We're not inseparable.
Yeah, like, we're just sisters. That we just happen to be born on the same day. And I think that's true for a lot of fraternal twins who, like, people who aren't identical. I think a lot of them can actually relate to that. It's not that we don't love each other.
And obviously we're very different people, so it's not.
I know some twins are very similar. We are not at all, but we are very alike in some ways, I guess. So sorry that we're kind of going off topic, but I feel like there's a lot to cover when you first meet a person. So someone else asked, how different was it to make friends between the two of you?
Do you want to start?
I guess I'll start. So I started off with my roommate Emma, and I had two sweet mates, Olivia and Lauren, and they were the best friends, best roommates I could have possibly asked for. Although we are not living together next year, I do believe that we will all stay friends. I have friends from sorority, Greek life, being a part of Bumble, Pink. There's just a lot that I'm involved with on campus, so I was able to meet friends across like every kind of corner. But I really do think that my roommates and like having such awesome, reliable roommates, that was really easy for me because I always had 3 people there for me at the end of the day.
I kind of had a very different situation. I had just my one roommate. It was just the two of us, with like, it was our room and we had our own bathroom attached, and that's how every room is at
Whereas
Marshall.
My room was attached by a bathroom to like the other 2 girls. It was Jack and Jill, and hers wasn't.
So it was just me and my roommate. We got along really well in the beginning. She did end up moving out without telling me second semester. Like, we weren't even having any problems or anything. She just like up and left, and I'm like, okay. We have not talked really since, but so that's okay.
It's okay to have a bad roommate, but I really do think that having a good one makes your experience just like a little bit easier making friends. Like, it makes it a little more enjoyable. So
I just had a harder time making friends at school, mainly because everyone that goes to Marshall is from West Virginia. Like 80% of the people are from West Virginia, so basically everyone's going there with their friends from high school. So
or they're commuting.
We have a lot of people who commute. So I feel like a lot of people went there with their friend group, so it was kind of hard to
adjust that
way. And being an engineering major, obviously I have a lot of guy friends because I am surrounded by them all the time.
Whereas I'm in the fashion major, so like there are, and that's why people go to Kent, is to study fashion. So there's endless girls. All right, how was getting used to being independent for you? I adjusted like that. Like, I was really, really nervous for college. I did not want to go. I wasn't like, oh my god, I hate college, but I was not one of those people that was like so eager counting down the days. I really enjoyed the transition between senior year of high school and that summer. Like, it was a very good summer for me to just be and to just like take in all the change that was about to happen. But as soon as I got to school, I adjusted really well. I had made great friends, I found people, and I think it was because I had such a bad senior year that it made freshman year so much easier for me, because I was so ready for that like change of pace.
I was never really not independent before, so I feel like it was, I mean obviously, but like independent being on your own, I don't think it was as hard as people make it seem. Like, obviously there were times where I felt absolutely stranded, not having anyone there and not having a car and just feeling like you're stuck there. That was never fun, but I don't think that like the transition was very hard at all. Obviously I was homesick a lot, but
the next question is, was choosing your sorority easy? Did you have mixed emotions between them? We're going to kind of talk on this. So like I said, I'm an Alpha Phi and Madison's a Delta Zeta. We have Delta Zeta at Kent, but not at Marshall. Like, Marshall doesn't have Alpha Phi. Kind of, I guess I didn't really struggle. I knew that Delta Gamma and Alpha Phi were going to be my final two options. I wrote them down on the slip of paper, and they both asked to see me back for a preference round. And when I walked into Alpha Phi, like, I just like had this sign and I was like, this is exactly what I want, and it just felt right. So I wasn't really torn between the two. I had always ranked Alpha Phi first from the very first day, but at the end I was like, I don't know what to do, and I walked right into the house and I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
I never struggled picking my sorority. I knew before I even signed up for recruitment that I wanted to be a Delta Zeta.
Madison, you have to tell them to be open-minded. That's what everyone says, be open-minded going into it.
But I knew before I wanted Delta Zeta because of their philanthropy. Delta Zeta's philanthropy is speech and hearing, and I lost my hearing at a very young age and was able to regain my hearing through 2 surgeries of getting tubes in my ears. So obviously I have a strong connection with our philanthropy, which is why I wanted Delta Zeta in the first place. But obviously I was going to give an open mind, like McKenzie says, because I knew I had to. So even when I went in, I was trying to make Delta Zeta click, obviously, but I also, in the end, I picked Delta Zeta and Alpha Z. And for prep night, they both wanted me back. I was prepped by both of them, and in the end, DZ is just where I knew I needed to be. So
I also, we have 8 sororities, they have 4.
Yeah.
So I want to put that out there. Someone else asked, is Madison as into fashion as you are? No. I know that today we look like it, but not usually. We're actually filming an outfit of the week together right now, and I'm like making Madison get dressed in some new clothes every day.
It's not that I'm not into fashion. I just like am very okay with going out in a t-shirt and shorts all the time, and like,
and just like not getting ready.
That happening. Like, I'm just okay with that. I like never wear makeup, like, ever.
I know it seems like Madison's really unfashionable. It's not that she's unfashionable.
Want to. It's just that I'm very comfortable not wearing makeup and.
But it's like, not that I'm uncomfortable. But so, just remember, like, I seem like extremely fashionable compared to Madison some days, because like that's my job. Like, I'm studying fashion, so obviously it should be expected that I.
Although when I dress cute, I feel like I do a good job.
Yeah, we look really cute together right now, don't you think? Kind of clashing colors, but oh no,
the light.
Okay, our next question is, do you miss cheer?
Sometimes I miss cheer. When I'm at school and I see the cheerleaders on the field and I have to sit in the stands, I'm like, this really sucks. I hate sitting in the stands. It's so boring. So in that part, I do miss it. I also miss like having something to do every day and like working out and just feeling like good about myself. That I miss.
I miss
like all
being
the
active.
crying and like being sore all the time. I don't miss that at all.
I miss being active. I don't really miss the people that much, but I miss feeling like I was a part of something and supporting my town. Football is huge where we go to school. We won states multiple years in a row. We had like 50 straight wins, and Madison and I cheered together from when we were 4 all the way through high school. We were captains together, and so cheer was really a big part of not only our life but our high school career and like our sisterhood friendship. Like that was a big foundation of all of that. So I will say, like, I think part of the college adjustment was actually not cheering and having all of this free time.
It's very weird,
but it felt good to have the freedom to finally have a fall to do something else and to discover other things to do with your time. Madison, someone asked, is your hair real?
Yes, my hair is real.
Madison's hair used to only grow the same length as mine, and then all of a sudden it just like grew that long.
It's not dyed or anything. It's virgin hair now. I used to dye my hair in middle school, and then the last time I dyed my hair was in 8th grade. So obviously it's all grown out now. But no, I don't have extension. It is.
And no, I don't purposely keep my hair this short. It just won't grow past this length. Okay.
Mainly, I went on Accutane freshman year of high school, and I'm convinced that that's what made my hair grow this long, and I'm scared to cut it because everyone's like, it'll grow back, and I'm like, no, it won't.
Okay, next question. How do you find time to get all of your schoolwork done and still have time for yourself? So we have very different college experiences for the sole fact that I work during the week and Madison doesn't. So I'm gonna let her take this question away. How do you find time to get all your schoolwork done and still have time for yourself? We're also very different majors, keep that in mind.
Yeah, obviously I have a lot of schoolwork to do during the week, and this year I basically was like, I'm not procrastinating anything because I did that all throughout high school, and it's terrible. Like, once you get to the point where you actually like discipline yourself and are like, okay, I'm gonna do this assignment days in advance, you feel so much better.
Remember when I gave that advice in my 10 things to know before freshman year of college video?
You know what?
Self-discipline?
It's great, and I know it's really hard to break the streak of like always procrastinating, but once you finally do it, then you feel wonderful. And then you can sit around all weekend long watching TV like I did
in bed. So I never really struggled with procrastination because I've always had my blog too. My freshman year of high school I started that, so I've pretty much always had that. Now, while yes, the beginning, my freshman, sophomore, even junior year of high school, I was maybe working 10-15 hours max. In college, I was really working 30 hours a week because I was freelancing, and I was doing a lot of freelancing, growing my YouTube.
Important.
Because I became important.
She became famous.
But anyways, I managed my time really well because I don't have a choice. There are people that have relied on me. I have deadlines, I have brands and times and all these kinds of things that I have to meet, and when you are your own boss, you are forced to make those deadlines for you. We also have very different class schedules, and we're obviously very different majors. While Madison's in like calc and like actual science lab classes, my classes were fashion labs and things where you have to really push yourself creatively. So our times doing homework are obviously spent different. And second semester I only had class Tuesdays and Thursdays, whereas like Madison has class every single day?
I have class every single day.
Every single day, all day. So it's easier to make time for yourself when you time block your schedule to only have class 2 days a week.
Okay, the unfortunate thing is I can't do that.
She doesn't have the option
to do that, but a lot of engineering classes are Monday, Wednesday, Friday at a certain time. So it's like I'm not even able to
do
give
that
myself
if she wanted.
a day off.
Now, I did the Tuesday, Thursday schedule because first semester, while yes, I did manage to do all the things, I was fine. I found that I was very overwhelmed and that it was really hard to do work and schoolwork every single day all at the same time. So the Tuesday, Thursday thing kind of worked well for me because I was able to dedicate Wednesdays and Fridays like strictly to blog work and really space out my time, and that is how I take time for myself. So I don't take a lot of like fun time. Yes, I hang out with my friends. Yes, we go out to parties. Yes, we do things with our sorority sisters, but I have to be very, very diligent about my work schedule and my school schedule in order to have like that free time for myself.
A lot of things I used to do is make like a to-do list of each day, like on the weekend, and be like, here are all assignments that I know I have that are due this week, and my professors were really good about that, having like this class always having a homework due on Thursday or something like that every single week, so I always knew what was coming. And then on Sundays I would make like a to-do list for the whole entire week and be like, okay, on Tuesday I'm gonna finish this homework that's due Friday. Like, it was always like that. Always helped me out.
When you think of an overall highlight of freshman year, what is it?
Highlight of freshman year?
Yeah. Your biggest highlight of freshman year?
My biggest highlight of freshman year is getting my beautiful big Allie.
Your beautiful big Allie. Oh, Allie, we have the same name. Our bigs are the same name. So Allie, if you're watching this, getting Allie. I would not say, I love you, Allie, if you're watching this, but I wouldn't say that's my biggest highlight. I would say 100% my biggest highlight of freshman year was just the people I lived with. I know that's kind of like not one specific moment, but just my living situation, I really did appreciate it in the end because I felt like I was home at the end of the day. I never really struggled with feeling homesick, maybe a couple of days. And another highlight that's not related to school, but going to Fashion Week was 100% a huge highlight of my freshman year. Although it doesn't really have anything to do with school.
Okay,
it's like,
well, if you can say that, then my biggest highlight was over winter break when I went to Vermont.
but I feel like I can say that when I look back at my first Fashion Week, I will know that it was my freshman year of my freshman year of college, and it was going and traveling on my own for the first real time, and you know, doing awesome things for my career and being nominated for College Influencer of the Year, like on my way there. Like, that was awesome. So definitely a big highlight.
Although it wasn't a highlight when she cried in the airport because they canceled her.
Yeah, but you know what, it happens. Okay, the next question is favorite and least favorite parts about college. My least favorite part probably is, I don't know.
I know what my least favorite part.
What's your least favorite part about college?
My least favorite part of college is that my college is 400 miles away from home. So
that's your least favorite part. Madison's in a long distance relationship. I feel like that was worth mentioning. So that's kind of part of it. That contributes to homesickness. I really do think it does. Not necessarily homesickness, but people sickness.
The whole year. Like, first semester, I hated it. I was like, this sucks. I want to go home. It got better though.
It got better.
It got better once I joined a sorority and found like friends I can rely on all the time. It got better. But like being in a long distance, I know this wasn't the question, but being in a long distance relationship in college is like not as hard as it seems, or as people.
Well, it's different for everyone, Madison.
Okay, well I'm saying that from my experience, it's not as hard. It wasn't that hard.
Okay, well, what is your least favorite part about college? Is being away from home. What's your favorite part about college?
I don't know.
100% my favorite.
Having a Chick-fil-A on campus.
My favorite and least favorite things about college is being on my own. I have the same least favorite thing, the same favorite thing. I love being by myself and having independence. I thrive when I'm on my own and can get all my work done. The second I finally stop going and take a second to be by myself, I'm like, oh god, I hate being by myself. I don't even know how to be by myself because I like to be around people. So I kind of like both of those things. Obviously at college you're always surrounded by friends, like sorority sisters, stuff like that.
You know what? I kind of agree with you because once Hannah moved out, I was kind of like, I love living by myself.
But then there's times when you're like, God,
I hate it.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Being on your own, I think, because there's times when you're alone and lonely. Those are two different things. What is your number one essential to have in a dorm room? Mine is a vacuum, 100%.
A vacuum and a lint roller.
I never use my lint roller. Emma used mine all the time.
I use my lint roller every single day at freshman year.
I would say my top 3 things were definitely the vacuum, a printer, and ice cube trays. I know that sounds really weird, but we use our ice cube trays like crazy. If I didn't have a printer, I would be screwed because I went to the library like twice. I can get all my work done from the little study room in our dorm, but I would have had to go to the library to print stuff, which would be a waste when I could just have a printer in my room.
Well, I disagree with that. I agree with the vacuum because I vacuumed my room almost every single day because if I saw one piece of fuzz, I was like, ah!
Did you have tile floor?
Yeah.
I had carpet, and our carpet picked up dust and lint
you could just see it on the floor. It was gross.
Yeah.
A lint roller used every single day because I had this terrible blanket that was cozy, but it shed like crazy, so it would make my sheets so gross. I had to lint roll my sheets every single day. It was disgusting. And the washing machines at school are like also
good.
gross.
Does Madison borrow your clothes?
Yes.
Yes. She didn't really in high school that much, like maybe workout stuff, but she really didn't that much. And now I have like more relaxed clothes, like basics.
Now she did one blog post that was 3 sets of joggers, and since then her closet has grown into being more relaxed things, and for that reason I like to borrow her clothes.
Yes. And a lot of you guys ask what I do with all my clothes, like how do I have so many swimsuits? My sister and I are the exact same size, literally except for our feet. Like she could wear anything that I wear. It might not be
kind of a really bad thing though that we're not the same size foot, because McKenzie has
I have so many
at
shoes.
least 100 pairs of shoes.
So she gets a lot of the clothes. Like I will let her choose stuff. I will give her stuff when I don't want it anymore. Like she can have dibs.
A lot of the clothes.
Yes, you do. Dee Dee asked us, how do you stay connected with each other? Snapchat, text, FaceTime, letters. We never FaceTime. We never text. We never Snapchat, but we do use our Alexa to call one another every now and then, or we'll like send a message. You can send a message through them.
I got my Alexa so I could so I could call Colton while I was at school, and I've never once done that.
Yeah.
I've only used it to call McKenzie.
I use mine religiously because I use it to call Connor's family on Thursday nights. I have for like a year and a half, but I also used it to call Madison when we did, just because the connection is better. So if you have like an Echo Show or something like with the screen, I really do recommend bringing it because it's a great way to
Alexa
keep in touch.
A great thing all around to have at school.
We never Snapchatted or did anything when we were home. I mean, I know we saw each other every day, but like we'll text each other occasionally to ask each other something, but we were never like, hey, have a really great day. Like we never did that.
Yeah, I tried to do that once, then I sent it in the wrong group chat.
Oh, right. What was it like growing up with a twin? It's a lot of sharing.
Yeah.
It's either sharing something or you have double of everything.
As a kid, it was always like, you get this small or not a small, but you get this present, and then you get a shared present together.
I don't really think anything different of it.
Like really young.
My parents chose to separate us in elementary school, so we were never in the same things, like class-wise. But I like would make all our friends. Like I would introduce myself to everyone, and then we'd like all become friends, and we did every sport together.
I was a shy child, and I still am.
Yeah, I'm very extroverted. So
McKenzie has always made her friends for us, and still like.
So that was a big difference when I went to college.
Freshman year of high school, when I started to like branch out a little bit on my own,
we didn't always stuck together.
But we didn't really have the same friend group in high school, but then again, we kind of did.
When we went to cheer, like we would always like.
It was like, yeah.
And it's kind of hard to explain, but like, so I think one of the biggest changes to going to college, this isn't related, but I always thought like Madison, like how would it be for her when she went and like she didn't have me to like make the first move? Like what would it be like when I wasn't there to make the first move for her? But like I realized that like I struggled to make the first move friendship wise because I didn't have. My confidence has always come from knowing that like, oh wait, but like if that person doesn't like me, my sister will, if that person doesn't like me or like they don't want to be friends, like my sister's right there, so like I don't have to feel embarrassed or upset. And that was really different. Like I didn't have that same kind of confidence when I went to college, like knowing that I had someone there. It was just kind of a
situation where like if you couldn't find friends, you still had someone
there for you.
Not there for you, but there to make you feel like you weren't lonely.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna end on this note. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years.
She's got a count on her fingers and she.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to figure out how many years left of school I have.
Okay.
You know. Where do I see myself in 5 years from now? I see myself graduating from University of Maryland with my master's degree, taking my PE exam, to become a professional engineer, and.
Where will you live?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna go to Maryland for your. I did not know that.
I didn't know that. I've been saying that forever.
I didn't know that, what Madison just said. So 5 years from now, work-wise, I see myself working at a magazine, but life-wise, I don't really see that because I want to live somewhere sunny, preferably Georgia, Tennessee, somewhere not Ohio, New York, or Maryland. I would be happy living in Maryland, but obviously there's not a lot of job opportunity here for me as far as going into the fashion industry. 5 years from now, I 100% see myself blogging and continuing what I'm doing because I love it, and I can as of right now. Like, it would make sense for me to continue that, but I do not plan on getting my master's, at least as of right now. There's no really reason for me to, especially when I could work full-time for myself right out of college. But I don't know, somewhere warm, doing something in fashion specifically for a magazine while keeping up with what I'm doing. Okay guys, that's going to be all for today's Q&A. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see part 2 recruitment edition, be sure to give this video a like and hit the subscribe button. Any last words, Madison?
I don't know what I would do without you, my cat.
Oh, okay, bye guys. Mwah.